Black Friday. Pick up our unlimited data sim at a...
Funny, huh? The world moves on, the clocks tick, and people pretend like nothing happened. Like the ones who broke you just vanished into thin air. Like your pain didn't leave a crater where your soul used to be. You ever just sit in a dark room and feel like the darkness is the only thing that truly understands you? No fake smiles, no false hope, just raw, bitter silence. That's the thing about being broken once. It leaves a scar, not a wound. Wounds heal, kid. Scars, they whisper forever. And tonight I'm here to remind you of something very simple. They broke you once, but never again. You see, people have this filthy habit of underestimating silence. They think if you ain't screaming, if you ain't fighting back, if you ain't bleeding out loud, then you're weak. But silence is dangerous. It's where monsters are born, forged, and sharpened. That's where you live now, right? That quiet corner of the world where no one sees what you're holding inside. They call it peace. I call it survival. Because when the storm ripped you open, they all watched.
I'm going to get my hair cut in a little bit.
And you.
Yeah, so we're going to get the wig chopped. It's Wednesday. I hope you're all having a good day.
Naive. But beautiful. I respect that.
Excuse me.
Guts to still care after they crush you. But let me tell you a little secret.
Hello, Richard. I'm going to get my hair cut in a bit.
Keep you alive.
Thanks for your message, bro. You appreciate it, you know. But yeah, I'm going to get my wig chopped in a bit, bro, because it's like I overcompensated on the dye at the back of my hair and all that going around, bro. It's all fucking, you know what I mean? My hair's all over the place, so.
Cold does.
We live and we learn.
They didn't just hurt you. Oh no.
You can't help your past.
Trust with a grin.
Or you can help your
They picked apart
future.
your kindness like it was weakness.
No.
And you stood there.
Basically, you see here at the back of my head, Richard, it's all green, right? So I'm getting that shaved, like that'll be a 0, yeah? And then I'll just get a little bit taken off the top, you know? Like I said, bro, look. I said to myself, I wanted to dye my hair that colour for a minute, right? And I eventually had the courage to do it. You know, I dyed my hair. It turned out blonde because I had to bleach it, right? So once you bleach your hair, you can dye it any colour you want, you know. And I dyed my hair because I can't.
Shaking, but standing, crying, but quiet. You thought they'd come back and fix what they broke, but no one comes back to clean the mess they made in someone else's soul. They move on, lighthearted, like you were just a side quest in their little game. And you carry the rubble, the echoes, the memories you can't unsee. You ever tried to sleep with a memory screaming in your head like a siren?
No.
It's a nightmare that never ends, kid. But here's the twist. You survive. You know, most people crumble once, and that's it. Game over. They break and stay broken. But not you. You're still here. Breathing, bleeding maybe.
Bro, it's like I want to do different things, you know what I'm saying? It's like, Why can't I dye my hair green? Why can't I dye my hair red? You know, or blue? You know, I didn't think it turned out as good, but it would have cost me £140. First of all, I'd have having a certain treatment on my hair. Basically, fucking stripping my hair, yeah? So, my hair gets stripped. That way then, once the bleach is on it, I can put it any colour I want, you know. So I said to myself, I've always wanted to get my hair this colour, but I never had the courage, in all fairness, because my mates would take the piss and so would my family. But I don't give a fuck. You only get one life, you know what I mean? It's like, and I like a joke, like the next man. You know, Christmas dinner this year, I'm doing it. It's like, now, I bought myself a couple of outfits, right, for Christmas, but I don't want to get goodies on it. So, I might just wear my tracksuit. I got myself a few pairs of jeans and, bro, you know what, every year Christmas just creeps up on me. And I said, this year, bro, I was like, did I get them? Holy shit, I've got a few presents upstairs. You know, it's like, cause one thing what's learned me about mental health illness, Richard, and suicide survival, every day after you survive suicide, now, if you don't leave a note, they're the people I'd be more concerned about. Sometimes we feel like we're a burden to the people around us, close to us, and I'd sooner be dead than be a burden to somebody. You know, so you only get one life, and I've always wanted to dye my hair this colour, and recently I had a bit of good news off the doctor. Not the best news in the world, but I'll take it. You know, so my daughter, she's always changing her hair a different colour. At the minute, her hair's like Harley Quinn. It's red here and blue, you know, and then our eyelashes, say if her hair's red there, our eyelashes would be blue there and red here. She's a makeup artist. You know what I mean, my daughter. Very good at it, she is. You know, but anyway, we're going to get the hair cut very soon.
It's still standing. And that makes you terrifying. See, you're no longer the person who got hurt. You're the one who learned from pain. And pain's a damn good teacher. It doesn't lie. It doesn't fake. It shows you the truth you refused to see. You trusted the wrong ones. You gave chances like candy, and they chewed through your loyalty like it was disposable. But here's the truth. It's not your fault you cared. It's their curse that they didn't. You know what's poetic? They thought breaking you would make you quiet, but it made you smarter, colder, stronger. They thought you'd chase, that you'd beg, that you'd stay small. But now you are the storm. You ain't the same soft soul who waited for a moment.
So I'm going to share a few things with you, right? I'm going to tell you a secret, right? Now, it's not really a secret anymore, but I was supposed to do a bit of content with a couple of people in Manchester. It won't be happening. Yeah, it's like you stay in your own lane, and that's my problem. You know what I mean? I always feel like, you know, if somebody helps me, you know, like I'm a good friend to have. I'm a very loyal individual, you know, and I'm old school, Old Testament too. I have principles and standards, do you understand? And dignity and pride and honour. My father was a worksman. He went to work like a few of my friends' daddies and supported his family like a man does. It just wasn't for me working in a studio. It was too, like, what? You work in an office for 30 years and then they have a leaving party for you and you get a poxy carriage clock. Fucking stick your clock up your arse. You know, that would have been hell for me, sitting in an office. I want to be hands-on. Like when I worked in a slaughter hall, I was hands-on. You know, I could split pigs in minutes, easy. Separate the shoulder and the leg. You know, the rear, everything. And like I said, when you're young and you learn certain skills, they can end up helping you in a job. Now, in all fairness, I learned how to use a bandsaw at 14 years old in Spar on Ballyfermor Road. I learned how to cut a pig in half. I learned how to cut anything. Once you run through the bandsaw, it's like the certain ways. Right, so I'm on a leg line. A full pig comes down here. I'm going to grab its hind legs at the back and I'm just going to let it come through the bandsaw, right? And then I'm going to make a couple of cuts and send one up one line and one up another. And it was a great job, you know, but it was the people that I loved, you know. Yeah, I've always, like I said, you know, I've always been a very loyal person. You know, I'm not perfect. You know, my parents wanted me basically to have a safe job. But I'm an adrenaline addict. I always have been, I like adrenaline. But what I didn't realise was, in order for your body to produce adrenaline, it's going to release serotonin and endorphins at the same time. And then you have loads of little molecules in your fucking fucked up brain. You know, and it's your fucked up brain because you've introduced cocaine to your brain. You know, now you've turned insane. You know, they call it cocaine-induced psychosis. You know, I've seen so many friends lose their life to drugs. I've been around a lot of addicts most of my life because I've been an addict most of my life. I'm in recovery like a lot of people. I'm on a lot of medication. I'm on antipsychotics, antidepressants, sleeping agent, even though it doesn't work. 𝕝𝕚𝕧𝕖, 𝕘𝕦𝕪𝕤, sertraline, venlafaxine. But, so yeah, this evening, what am I doing this evening? Well, I know what I'm going to be doing soon. I'm going to get that shaved at the back of my head. Because when I was dyeing my hair, I overcompensated with the back. So I have to get from there all the way around from here. Look, right, so a line there, right? That a number 0 all the way around the back, yeah. The top of it trimmed, and Bob's your uncle. You know, the Buckleys, which ones? I worked for the Kellys, Richard, selling papers years ago as well. I had a paper round in Cherry Orchard Hospital. Mick Kelly. I remember when the Concerned Parents Against Drugs come up. Pushers, pushers, pushers. Out, out, out. What do we want? Pushers out. When do we want it now? Pushers, pushers, pushers. Out, out, out. How are you, Jerry? Shout out to Jerry, and if you're not sub to Richard Dowling and Mr. Jerry, son of Mick, go give him a sub because he's an Irish prick and put the jinx on me, the fucker. But shout out to Jerry. Right, so check this out, right? I inquired about me hair, about dyeing that colour, okay? And it's not. If you fuck it up, you fuck it up. But I was gonna, they wanted £140, right? So first of all, they had to do a treatment on me hair to blonde it, right? They were gonna charge me 50 quid just to do that, right? And then when it's bleached, they were gonna shampoo, conditioner, you know what I mean, bit of fucking fancy cream on the hair, blah 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 blah. And then they'll put a dye on. It's like, and rewash me hair again. And it would have cost me £135, say, 140, right? I found a way to get it done for £20. I went and got the peroxide myself, dyed me hair like fucking Eminem. It's like, and I felt a right twat. I looked like a pint of Guinness. It's like the head on it. I was like, get up there with that. Here, I need to get rid of that. So I waited for about 15 minutes and then I hit the dye. Literally, on me head. And look at it, turned out like the Joker. You know, I'll enjoy a bit. I enjoy a laugh like the next person. But like I said, I need to get that shaved. Wham! It's like, you know, I was up looking at the presents in the bedroom and I didn't realise I got that many. Now, not for me. There's Lego coming out of everywhere. Come here, listen and I'll tell you something, right? Did you know Lego is the biggest toy brand in the world? I watched a thing last night on Netflix all about Lego. They're based in Denmark, right? It's run by this family, yeah? And I'll tell you one thing. Listen, as a kid, I've had a few experiences with Lego. And I think, like, I didn't realise it was the #1 fucking toy manufacturer in the world. You know, it's like it was very good. I'd recommend it to anybody. Because, like, the whole thing with Lego is about the next generation of builders, you know, and creators, like where you can get a big fuck off box like that, turn it upside down, empty it out with about 20,000 pieces, and you're gonna build this big fuck off ship with fucking rockets. And it's the imagination, like Lego have captured children's on, like it. You see, Lego it's all about being creative, and it's like trying to build something that's not being built, you know. Jerry, I'll be honest with you, I was shy at it. I couldn't build fuck all, bro. You know, I was very bad at it. You know, but I did have Lego, like when I was a kid growing up, and it's like, it's a very secret organisation, like. So I was watching this thing about Lego, okay? And this English fella, right, all his life been collecting Lego, building fucking different things, yeah? And he went for a job interview over there and he got the job working on the Dark Knight, you know, the way Batman. Lego, like, were working with fucking, you know, the creators of Batman to make these fucking characters and toys, like, and it's like, it captures a child's imagination because it's like Lego reminds us, look, when we were kids, we tried to build shit, right? I was great at building stuff, but it was very unrecognisable. It was just bricks. I wasn't very good at it. I had a mate, yeah, who could, like, if you give him anything, he could build it. You know, and it's like it does, it captures kids' imaginations because they're the next generation of builder and creator. Like I said, Lego is a fucking iconic brand. Tower blocks on wheels. Jerry, I am terrible at building stuff like that. I'm no good, bro, at it. You know, I'm not very patient, me. Bro, give me a 500-piece jigsaw any day. But 20,000 pieces and 12 different bags in one box here. You know, a piece or two is getting left out, right? You know, but like I said, I wasn't very good at Lego. I was good with music. I couldn't build a J. Do you understand? And I am not a gay. But anyway, listen, I like to play. I think that I have to say. Shout out to Scott in Australia. I hope you're having a good day. Shout out to Air Finn Shout out to Pablo. Shout out to friendship. You know. Shout out to forgiveness. Yeah. But anyway, like I said, I watched this program about Lego last night on Netflix, and it was very interesting because, firstly, I didn't know, right? So, this is a family run business, and there was this geezer there, and he was trying to launch a new magazine for Lego. So, he went to Denmark to sell his idea to Lego, yeah? And there was this geezer, right? He made birds like little robins, swallows, swifts. And in order for the magazine to be launched, they wanted to find creators that were building their own like community of animals and what have you. And this geezer from England, he made these birds, yeah, out of fucking his own Lego, right? And it's like he took a few photographs, he put them in trees and he photographed it, and it looked deadly, it looked sick. So he went to Lego and he presented his idea. They fucking took him on board, and have a guess what? He gets 1% of the sales. Right? At this particular thing, right? They're all over the world. They have 100 main offices all around the world. And they're looking to hit the Asian market now with the Dark Knight and all the different... Like I said, this geezer, they give him a contract that your product will give you 1% of that every month. You know, so like I said, I couldn't build fuck all, mate. You know, I was good at flying kites. You know, I was good at having fights. And I didn't like the flights, you know, because my fists are dynamites. It's like, it's fun. I like fun. Now, Lego, like I said, it doesn't matter how old you are. You know, it's that creativity inside us. Like, I'm shit at Lego. I'm shit at golf. I'm the worst fisherman on YouTube. And I know it. Like, yeah, it is what it is, as they say. But, guys, can you do me a favour, right? You know, if you're not sub to Pablo, I didn't even see that. Well, here, how about bend over and fuck you and your Arsenal? Get the fuck out of here, you prick. Go on out of that, little dicky. With your little pecker, go on out of that. Your missus is getting banged by the neighbour, allegedly. But, yeah, so this geezer made these birds and went to Lego and they were delighted with it. So he gets 1% of the sales, right? That's mere 1%. I'd be delighted with that. You know, regular income. Your boss being Lego, the most iconic toy brand on the planet, the most sold toy on this planet. Jerry, last night I learned more about Lego, or yesterday, I've learned more about Lego than I've ever known in my entire life, right? It's like, because like I said, behind the scenes, like, you know, and the certain toy companies that, it's like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, right? Getting a golden ticket to work in Denmark in this iconic location being Lego. You know, the headquarters of Lego. And all the different things, like, you know what I mean? All the... This geezer, right? All the way around his fucking office, he had these already built, right? He's like, everything you see in here, I've built it. And I was like, fucking hell. He had this aircraft carrier, right? 20,000 pieces, yeah, or more, right? And you want to see him, bro. He does a project, Jerry, right? And he won't go to bed until each project is done. Watch it, it's very good. You know, I found it very interesting, you know, because kids, it's like it opens a window in their mind to be creators, to be, you know, animators, to be whatever they want, you know, but without creativity, you know, you're a blank canvas. Just watch it on Netflix. Hector Gray's used to display. Well, bro, you know what, right? I didn't realise yet that Lego is the biggest selling toy brand on the planet. That's what I said in the documentary, you know. It's like, and a couple of people went over, had interviews, done a few presentations, you know, and like you're working for Lego, right? And you're getting 1% of all the earnings of the products that you've made and that you're going to continue making. You know, my man, you were saying, you know, let's see how well I did in the first month. And someone said, much did you make in the first month? He said, not tens of thousands, but enough to buy a car or go on holiday, a decent holiday, you know. But I wouldn't disclose it either. You know, I'd say, look, I'm happy with what I got. You know, 1% of Lego, mate, of all the, like, the Dark Knight side, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's like a 1% of the profits. Like I said, see this fucking organisation, Lego, it's the biggest selling brand in the world of toys. I didn't know that until last night. You know. But you learn something new every day. I just found it a bit fascinating because even as a kid, I'm sure a few of you have had Lego, you know, or Star Wars, you know what I mean? It's like fucking... And there's a lot of people out there that are fanatics, are super fans, you know, that some of the shit that they can build out of Lego, like in this documentary, it shows you, and they put these group of creators together to work in little teams to come up with a totally new design, you know. So they sat them on the floor and big fuck off boxes of Lego, you know what I mean? And one's like, I'll take this, I'll make this out of that, and you make this, and we let's see what we can create between us, because we have some of the finest minds in the world, some of the best creators and set makers, you know, because they have to create sets. Like I said, Lego is a brand. And it's like some of these creations, guys, you just have to watch it. I found it very interesting, you know. Like, I'm not going to lie, like, I have a shitload of presents upstairs that are all Lego, you know. Not for me, for people in my life that I love, like me nephews and me grandsons, you know. Like, I remember Lego as a kid, you know what I mean? And it's like, they'll have it as well, and their kids will probably have it too, and their kids, because Lego is iconic, you know. It's like Mattel, you know, certain fucking toy manufacturers, like, you know. And it's the most profitable organisation in the world as well. Like, it's a trillionaire fucking business, do you understand? Way past billionaire, you know. Like, the returns, like, you know what I mean? That family, 99% of the returns are theirs. You know, so can you imagine that if you work it out over the tax year? Like, you're talking billions of pounds, you know. It's like, I think, like I said, guys, watch it. I thought it was very good, you know. So, Christmas is coming, guys. Haven't you got any shopping out of the way? I'm not going to lie. See, this year I've probably got more fucking clothes than I've ever got, ever. You know, because at the end of the day, we're only here for a limited amount of time. And whether you're broke like me or whether you're really rich, know something. We all come out of this world with nothing. You can't take it with you. When you die, whatever you have there, somebody else gets to spend it. But, so anyway, I'm going to go to the barbers, and I'll see us when I get back. I wonder if Lego still make the big blocks for small young kids to play with. Well, Jerry, you know, in this program, right, when you go into the actual, it reminds me of Silicon Valley, the way you have Google and YouTube and Twitter and fucking, you know. And outside the building, the headquarters in Denmark, there's these big fuck off joint blocks outside. One stood up like that, one resting against it, and then another one. But massive pieces, yeah. And it tells you a bit about the history of Lego, and it tells you everything you need to know. I found it fascinating. It's 46 minutes long. But yeah, it blew my mind. I was like, fucking hell, I didn't know that. You know, like they have some of the best minds in the world, some of the most creative minds in the world that can put together like a fucking set within a few hours. You know, like being able to build, like you're looking at a set of instructions for 5 minutes and saying, I'm going to do this bit, you do A, B, C and D, and I'll cover A and E, and I owe you too. But I wouldn't be in that room because I'm not smart enough, first of all. And number two, I couldn't build a fucking seesaw, mate. That's the best you're getting out of me, or a little helicopter. Not a fucking aircraft carrier, like, or a big fuck off F-14 or whatever, F-15s, whatever that bleeding called. You know, like, I remember when I was a kid, I had a cousin, Peter Dunn. Right, so I'm related to certain Dunns, right? So my ma's sister was married to Peter Dunn, right? So he was my uncle, right? He was one of the in-laws, but his son, little Peter, at the time, he was mad into Star Wars, right? On a ceiling, he had Millennium Falcons, he had Stormtroopers, he had Luke Skywalker over this side and Princess Leia. And on this side, he had Stormtroopers, Darth fucking Vader. He had loads, and he used to say to me, don't go near any of my shit. They were all still in the boxes and all, you know what I mean? But he used to glue them together, you know. He made this big Millennium Falcon, and he had it hanging from the ceiling with fishing line. And the way he had it set up on his walls and all, it was sick. You know, he still has them to this day. You know, and they're all still in the boxes. But anyway, I'm going to go get me hair cut very soon. You'll see me later on. Name that tune. Hang on, what we doing? Thanks for coming in.
You are the silence that terrifies them. You're the proof that people can burn and rise from their own ashes without begging for water. Don't you dare forget who you've become. Don't you ever let them trick you into thinking your softness was stupidity. No. It was proof that even angels can walk through hell and not lose their wings. They broke you once. So what? Everyone breaks. But you rebuilt with stone. You rebuilt with fire in your ribs and steel in your eyes.
If you come in to insult me, bro, it would have been much easier to text me, you know. Bro, honestly. If that's what you think of me, bro. You know you broke me heart, bro. Like this angel's broke her wing. You know, me grandkids or me fucking kids. I'd never do you like that. Whether you want to believe it or not. You didn't drop anything in here, bro. When you dropped your glasses, within 10 minutes of you leaving here, before I rang you, bro, you've left your shit here, you know. If that's what you think of me, bro, well then we're not friends. You know what I mean? It's like that's a cunt trick, that, bro. You know, but if that's what you think of me, bro, that's I can't do nothing about that, you know. Why would I jeopardize the friendship we have or had? Why? You are so good to me, bro. Do you understand? Why the fuck would I fuck you over? Why? You know, bro, I fucking love you. You understand? Everything was perfect, bro, and I don't know what happened. You know, it's like, but you know, me missus wanted to go bingo and she was looking forward to it, and then I got a message saying I couldn't come, and I know why. I don't know why, bro. You know, I wish I did know why. But it's alright, because at the end of the day, my mother brought me up different. You know, she brought me up, yeah. You don't fucking steal anything on your friends. You shouldn't be stealing anything in the first place, but bro, listen, I don't fuck me mates over like that. I've been born too, then. You know, but like, testing me, bro, what? Did I not pass the test when you left your glasses here? I even wrapped them up in fucking tissue so they wouldn't get a scratch on them. You know, but... So I don't know, bro. If you're convinced in your head that I did something, okay, I can change that. Do you understand? I could put my hand on my grandson's fucking head and swear and look you dead in the fucking eye and tell you, bro, here, I don't know what happened, but I tell you one thing, I ain't guilty, bro, and I hold my hands up and I'm in the wrong. You fucking know that. What I will say to you is, I'd never do nothing like that to you, bro, ever. Look how good you've been to me. Look what you've done for me. Why would I do that to you? Do you understand? Why? When you've helped me so much. You know, but you fucking hurt me, bro. It's like, you know what I mean? And I'm annoyed I feel like this, but I can't help it. You know? Like, all you needed to do was to ring me, bro. But instead, you've given me a major head fuck. And I've not deserved it, because it's not warranted. You know, I'd understand if I was banged if I did something, but I didn't. You know, and if you value our friendship at the end of the day, you fucking know deep down that I didn't fucking do that. You know, so, like, I don't understand, but, you know, I still fucking love you, bro. You know, but it's hurt me hard that you think that I'd do that to you. You know, after you've been so good to me, why? Think about it, bro. Why would I do it? You know, it's like I finally met a mate in Manchester that I fucking take a fucking bullet for. You know, stand in the way or take a box for this guy. You know, it's like, how am I meant to feel? I'm fucking angry. You know, out of everybody in the world, you're one of the last people I'd ever fuck over. I wouldn't have them only for you. You know, I looked up to you like a big fucking brother, bro. And I still have love for you, but me fucking heart is broke because you said, or you basically accused me of something that I've not fucking done. Like, why would you fuck your mate over, bro? I understand if it was boxers. Do you hear me? On my fucking dead brothers and sisters' graves, on my granny's grave, on my Uncle Christie's grave. Not me, bro. You know, like when someone saw, nobody's been as good to me in this community than you have. Why the fuck would I jeopardize my friendship with you? Do you understand why, bro? You know I fucking have love for you. And for you to accuse me of that broke me fucking heart. It's like pissing on my parents' memory. You know, one thing you don't do is burn your mates. Maybe I'm made different. I can't help it if people have trust issues. That's not my issue. You know, but the way you're fucking behaving, bro, yeah, you can put all them sick emojis there. I did fuck all wrong on you. You don't need to test me, bro. Hey, this fucking test is over, yeah? Fuck skill. I'd never ever in a million years out of all the people in the world that's helped me, you've helped me beyond fucking help. You know, I'd have to be the most stupidest person on the planet to do you wrong, bro, and I wouldn't do you wrong. I'm not made that way. You know, like, and it's hurting me heart, bro. I'm not joking you, on me kids' lives, because I know I did fuck all. If you drop diamonds on my gaff, bro, I'll be on the phone to you. You know, like, why would I do something for, like, such an amount? Do you understand? But if you think that of me, there's nothing I can do about it. You know, because I did fuck all. You know, I was like, you know what I mean? Me chick's made a friend. She's going to bingo the weekend. I'm coming down to you to have a game of the PlayStation. Everything's great. And then you accuse me of that. Like, that, bro. You know, bro, I've never fucked me mates over in me life. I've been born too, but I'll tell you one thing, I'd never in a million years accuse you and say, bro, when you left, something left with you. Right? If I didn't trust you, I wouldn't have you in me fucking house. Do you understand? And you've never done anything for me to fucking not trust you. After all the help you've given me, I just want you to think of one thing. Why the fuck would I do that to you? After everything, not just for me, bro, for me missus and me kids. You've helped me. Why would I do anything to jeopardise that? I fucking wouldn't. On my granny's grave, she may haunt me. On me fucking kids' lives, bro. They may all fucking not wake up if I'm lying. Yeah. There you fucking go. You see on my dead brothers and sisters' graves, bro, yeah? You got it fucking wrong. And you've lost a good friend because of it. Over 30 quid, really? You think that's what I am? That's what I'm about? Well then, here, you don't know me, G. You know. Never fuck your mates over. Simple. End of. You know, that's a quality that's in you. You know, my father worked for a living. You know, I was raised the fucking same way. Never take anything off anybody. Yeah. Fuck no. Like, somebody accused me of... I don't know even what I'm being accused of. Well, I think it's over a bit of fucking hash. You know, why the fuck would I do this? This geezer helped me so much. He's been like the brother I never fucking had. You know, I look up to him and I fucking hurt me heart. You know, like, why the fuck would I do that to you on me boy? You understand? I'm not made that way. You know, the only time I've stolen anything was when I was younger, like the proper shit. You know, you don't steal on your mates. That's something that was fucking drilled into me as a kid. You know, and that's the way my father went to work, and that's like saying, hey, here, your father was a cunt, mate. My father learned me. Here, I don't need your fucking help. Do you understand? Because I know how to help myself. But I'd never fuck a mate over. No way, mate. No way. No, not you. You know, look how good you've been to me. Look the way I speak about you all the time, and you accuse me of that. You fucking broke my heart, bro. From man to man, you've really upset me. You know, I'd never do that to you in a million years. Anyway, I'm going to get this cut, and later on you might even see me ears. Speaking of ears, hang on a minute. Where's it gone? Speaking of ears, face your fears. Put it this way, yeah? Where's it gone? Don't bleed here. Don't bleed on the people that didn't cut you. Do you understand, my Don? Don't bleed on the people that did not cut you. Fear. Fuck fear. Churchill said it about fear. No. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. That's what he said, Churchill, about fear. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. You know, I can't help how I am, but I will not let nobody accuse me of doing something that I didn't fucking do. You know what I mean? And friendship to me means a lot of things. And I can swear on my dead brothers and sisters' graves. In 1979, I lit a fire in my house that killed my brothers and sister. See them. They may suffer for eternity if I'm lying. You don't fuck your mates over and see me, I'm a good friend to have. And it's like, when someone accuses me of something I didn't do, it upsets me.